Hello YouTube fans, here again. Thought I'd do a film. I remember mentioning it before when I was talking about films I feel should be on DVD and Blu-ray. Now this was a film I managed to get a Blu-ray rip-off. How? I do not know, but some friend of mine managed to get it there. And I kept the original video cover because I like the artwork. That being Pack of Hands. From 1986, Pack of Hands. We're going to go with it. From the same director that came out the TV series Miami Vice, decided he wanted to do a TV film. And it was going to be a TV film, believe it or not, made for TV. But because of the time, the budget and everything, they decided to change this TV film, believe it or not, into a feature film. I shit you not, into a fucking feature film. That being Pack of Hands. Now, at the time, this is a true story, the studio, Drummer Stars and Drummer Pictures, were just being dicks with him. They were being fucking dicks. They were turning around saying, oh, if you don't get it on time, you know, wasn't in with time, wasn't in with timing, wasn't in with this, wasn't in with that. And Tanted the director just got peed off. And it's kind of a sad he did, really, because, as I say, it's a shame he did. Because after he did the film, they backballed him. That's right, they backballed him. You don't know what I mean by backballed him, they backlisted him. So he could not direct another film, couldn't direct Diggity D, couldn't direct anything. Because they backlisted him. And it was a damn shame, because I think he's a damn good, unestimated director. He still did the Miami Vice series, but he couldn't do anything else after that, and it's a shame. Because all we know, I've got to be open, and I've got to be honest, I actually like Pack of Hands. I like it. So where can I go with it? I could kind of see at the time, right, it's not a very popular film. And again, it's a damn shame that this film has never got a DVD release. It's never got a Blu-ray, and it's never ever got a DVD release. Never got Diggity fucking D. You know, it's a shame really, he never got deluxe there. But again, like I say, the film is very rare to get hold of. And you can start to see, if people have gone into this, right, thinking it's an action film, it's a blow 'em up, Rambo rip-off, you can see why, because this was the cover. So you can see it with the light. But this is the cover. There is a guy like that there, but he does not have big raping fucking muscles, and he doesn't look like a Rambo wannabe. But these characters are actually in the film. There it is, Pack of Hands, and if you can read that there, from the makers of Miami Vice. You see, I've got to be open, and I've got to be honest. The end of the day, right, they already did the Miami Vice remake. They already did the movie version. Fucking arsehole did that horrible movie version with Death fucking Meat Brain, Pharaoh. They already did it. They're beating you to it. It was called Pack of fucking Hands in 86, and it's a damn good better fucking film. In my eyes, this is a better fucking film. Right, go on with the fucking story. It starts off with a gang of lads, these are your typical stalics. They'll rob your car, they'll rob your house, they'll fucking mug you, they'll fucking shag you, they'll fucking vandalise the area, they'll break anything they fucking like to get their hands on. So they're your typical stallywhags. You've got one that kills his mum's stepdad because he's beating on his mum and he bowls up his stool. That's one way of getting off stool. You've got another one that runs away from juvenile fucking facility, but he gets caught again. You've got one in a street fight, and you've got one who gets caught for trying to push drugs. No sympathy, but you get the story later on. Right, with his girlfriend. Very attractive girl. You might remember her being in Bruce Lee, The Dragon Story. You know, it's a true story about Bruce Lee. And the one that played Linda Lee, Bruce Lee's wife. Well, the actress who played that character plays in this. And, yeah, so they all get caught. And they're going to go to juvenile because they're too long to go to prison. But there's this guy in it, right? He's an ex-soldier. You know, he served the war in Vietnam and all this. And he takes them on. He takes them on in this new program called, just like the movie, Pack of Hands. So he takes them on and he feels he wants to give them a go and see if he can change them, make them into civilised, decent human beings. you know, someone to be proud of. And he actually gets them into a jungle, and this is a proper frigging jungle here. I'm not shitting you, a proper jungle, not set on this shit. And they're in the jungle. It does set a scene here where they're in the jungle, they're all fighting, and they've all got, you know, a shitty attitude. But the guy says, right, you've either learned to fight with one another, fight for one another, I should say, fight for one another instead of fighting on one another, and learn to survive. And he basically teaches them all to survive, hunt for food, because they kill a wild pig, don't forget it's a jungle. And he teaches them to survive, he trains them up to survive. But you do get that lad on the turf end who meets up with one of the guys, and this guy basically is a dead drug dealer, you know, he's a scumbag. And it's funny in one way, because you do get a few actors in this, you know, who appeared in the TV series Miami Vice. You do get a few people from the TV series Miami Vice in it. You do. Which is quite funny, because some of the actors in this appeared in Miami Vice. So he teaches them to survive, and he leads them into the jungle. I do remember there's one scene in it where a lad's trying to run away, and by accident he gets bit by a snake. But he gets saved in the film by our main character. And eventually he gets them back into Miami. So that's what I mean. Mr. Director did that horrible fucking remake movie, Miami Vice, and killed the series I used to love. They already did it. It would go back of fucking hands. Better fucking film. Granted, the art cover does fool you, and it does look like a fucking Rambo fucking thing. There's no action in it. You get the explosions and looking like a fucking jungle Rambo rip-off. It isn't. It's a straightforward thriller. That's how I see it. It's a thriller. I do like the deadline here. This time they're on our side. Because, like I say, these are the typical scumbags, scallywags, you name it. And this guy changes them and makes them into decent human fucking beings. Anyway, you do get a few songs in it. You do get one, Let's Go Taser, which you remember by Prince in the nightclub scene. And they do move, like I say, in Miami. They go into this rough area, which is basically just a shithole, and they take it and they make it into a beautiful fucking paradise. And the lad meets up with a girl who he falls for, who's now with the head of the drug dealer. And you do get the idea that this drug dealer might have raped her. You don't actually see it, it's not in your face, but you do get that idea. But he's a low lad, this drug dealer. I do like some songs in it. There's one song which I do love, Broken Rings. Remember the song Broken Rings? These broken wings, turn it up and down, I can't remember the rest of the fucking lyrics. And you see the half of fresh. We remember the song anyway, Broken Rings. And there's a few good songs in the film, and he does meet up with a girl. But the thing is, the house where they are is where the drug dealers used to do their business. So there's a shootout between Jake Fisher, remember the actor Jake Fisher, and our main character is here, who hasn't got the raping muscles, what you see there. Sadly to say, his character does get killed. He gets shot, and the gang of the lads who he was helping out find out that drug dealer who they both shot each other up was part of that head drug dealer, the one who his girlfriend was with, I should say. And that's when they team up, and that's when the action does take place. They go to a depot, they get a shop, and I do love one scene in it where there's these Dobermans and they get a little bitch dog. When I say bitch dog, they're not personal women, it's a name of a female dog. Right, so they get a female dog, to put it in nicer words, off the on eat. The dogs obviously get all excited and chase after her. I like that idea. I thought it was unique. It was different than what you normally see in films where they temper a dog with a piece of steak. Instead they use a fucking bitch, female dog, before I get a slap. Right, and they break in. The girl shoots the fucking scumbag, who is the head of the drug dealers. That was a bit anticlimactic the way she shoots him, but she don't fuck about. She gets it done, shoots the fucker, and they drive off. There's a scene in it where a Bobby picks them up, the lads, and say, "Where are you going? We just heard there's some explosion." Said, "Oh, we're just going to see a rock concert." "Well, go ahead, but drive safely. You all seem like good kids, so go ahead." And I like it. I mean, it's a good story. I mean, it is a really, really good story. And I said the guy in it before he got killed, him, he actually said to one of his higher up who was running this company called the Pack of Hands, he didn't agree with it. He thought, oh, they're just your typical cocky lads. You're gonna the course, it's just paperwork, blah blah blah. He was gonna just dismiss it. One who was higher up than he was, but he didn't agree with it. He knew these lads were gonna change into decent human beings. Just to show you, not everyone's a dickhead. People can change, as it says in the Rocky film. Anybody can change, and they do. They change. I mean, at the end, they get the drug dealers, they all get shot up. But if you like to say, the cover does fool you. I'm sorry, 'cause I like the art cover. It's not an action film. You don't see any explosions except for the end, but it's none at all like that. It's the only jungle in it is the bit where they're in the jungle. Pack of Hands, if you can ever find it, it's more of a thriller. Again, the same director that did us Miami Vice did this in '86, and it's a dudding. It's a dudding. I like Pack of Hands because it's got a good story to it. Sort of film you've never seen nowadays, and I like Pack of Hands. It's just the same. This director who did that never got his big break again because he basically had to go at the producers because they've been dicks on time and what time to finish the film, like they do. They blacklisted him, they blackballed him, meaning they blacklisted him, so he never got a role in directing a film again. And I think it's a bloody shame. So it originally was going to be a TV film, and they're turning it into a feature film instead of a film for TV. I don't think it's a bad one. It's a good one. If you can ever find Pack of Hands on DVD, I would say check it out. It's a thriller. It's not at all like what you see there. I keep repeating that line, but it's not at all like a Wambo film. It does not have big muscles, and I don't ever remember him having that fucking big dock or fucking done either. But I love 80s films. I love them. I always love the art cover in it. If you can see it with the light, the light's a bit shit in here. You can see the light there. That there is a beautiful, beautiful art cover. I seen it was taken from a video to a Blu-ray rip. I've got to fucking admit that the art cover on this is beautiful. Just beautiful. It's a beautiful art cover. It's a beautiful transfer. If you can ever find Pack of Hands from 1986, check it out. It's a good thriller. And it's like I say again, it's this guy here gets all these lads who are all your typical stadists, like I say, they rob your house, they rob your car, they fucking vandalise your property, and he changes them into decent fucking people. And I actually like the characters. I mean, they're cocky, but he changes them, and he makes them into, civilised human beings, and they take care of fucking scumbags who are basically your typical scumbags. Like the lad who was caught pushing drugs, there's no excuse for that, you don't push that. But he changes and all, and he basically takes over as being the leader. When the leader gets killed, he takes over, and I like it. It's a good story. Pack of Hands. If you like a good thriller with a good story to it, if you can ever find it, you're a duddin. But I would say check it out if you ever can find Pack of Hands. It's a good one. Into them. Be smart, be safe, and also have a good one. I'll see you soon.